up to people of almost retirement age that are in our operations group.
And what do you do about groceries? What do you do when you need a carton of milk?
Well, we plan ahead because you've got a 40-minute drive if you want a carton of milk. Although there is a store that's open part of the time in Green Valley, it's all the way to Saugus when you want something. So we're just more planning is what you do.
You laughed when I said that.
Well, we normally, when the wife goes to the store, she gets at least a couple of weeks of groceries, so we don't have to keep running to town to get it, you know. It gets a little tough when you want, like you say, you want a glass of milk and it's not there. You got to get up and go to town.
Which is about how far away?
From here, it's about 12 miles.
Yeah. Now, how does everybody get along?
Well, pretty good. It's kind of tough, you know, when you live and work with the same people, but most of the people that have been here a long time have adapted to that. A lot of times we get somebody to come here to work and they don't quite like that arrangement, so they have a way to get another job in the city. So, but most of the guys, like you've seen so far, have been here quite a long time, and we kind of get that from them, because once they get up here and it's so nice to live up here, they don't want to leave.
Yeah, you kind of slow down, don't you?
Yeah, really slow down.
Now, is this the power plant dog?
Yeah, he probably is our main dog here.
How many dogs do you have?
Well, we have a number of dogs in our community.
This is your dog back here.
Yes, sir, it is.
And I understand that was your house that had that parrot going full force.
Yeah, was she squawking or was she talking?
What was she doing?
Well, squawking and some hawk noises today.
She's a talker as well.
Oh, she loves to talk. Usually she will start squawking when people come up, because she's gotten used to when people are coming up to the door, the dogs start barking, and that's her signal to go ahead and bark, you know, so she starts squawking. But my big thing right now is I've got a bet with my friends that I will have her saying "Go Raiders" by the start of the football season, because she does talk. She does talk, and she says a lot of crazy things. She meows, she barks, everything. And
what's it like for you living up here? You got your dog, you got your parrot. I mean, you're kind of settled in here, aren't you?
Well, I'm not quite sure what heaven's like, but as far as working here, that's what it's like. You know, you just got a lot of good people that you work with, and there's a lot of pride in this place and stuff like that. So, you know, as far as a place to work, second to none.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we're going to see you later on today. I think we're having a lunch or something, aren't we?
Well, I'm hungry, and this is Kenny here, Ken Wilson, our painter, and I'm sure that we'll be there having a feast with you.
You're hungry too, right?
You betcha.
All right, we'll see you later. Right. What's the dog's name?
Bo.
Bo. How you doing, Bo? The powerhouse dog, one of them.
Yeah, Huel, here's Dan Dumas. He's been here quite a few years too, but his family is a longtime Water and Power from Owens Valley on down. I think they have about 200 years with the company altogether.
Wait a minute, 200 years? Your family has 200 years with DWP?
Well, it took 8 of us to do it, and 4 of us are still working. So.
Really?
Yeah.
So how does this get in your family tradition? How does this get in your blood?
Well, it started with my mother's uncles. They were at the inception of Water and Power, and that day was called the Bureau. And they started digging the tunnels and worked their way up to supervision, and eventually one of them was one of the first people in Water and Power to retire in 1932. And they talked my folks into it, and they worked for 30-some years, both of them, and retired, and here we are. So.
Well, you're working at a very historic place. This is kind of where it all started, right here.
Yeah, it is. It's a unique place. It's interesting to work at, and you take a little bit of pride being here and trying to hold up the historic part of it, you know. And it's away from the city, which is part of what I like. You know?
Uh-huh. You just soon nobody even know that this is out here, hadn't you?
Yeah, it's a little late now, though, isn't it?
Now we have come to a place that is really very special.
Yeah, this is a local recreation area that was built in 1936 by the residents of the area, and actually it's a local private club that runs it, but we're able to use it.
So this is your little recreation area here.
Yes, we call it the pond, and we have picnics and such here. It's run by the local women's club.
And here is our representative from the local women's club right here. and her husband. We met you earlier. Your name is?
Linda Fox.
Well, tell us a little bit about this wonderful place.
Well, it's a nice pond, creek fed, and it's run by the San Francisco Women's Club, and it's for the families up here, which there aren't that many anymore, but used to be quite a few. And it's a lot of fun, as you can see. It's very old-fashioned.
Well, it's like an old swimming hole of sorts.
That's what we call it, the swimming hole.
And if you want to, you can just get your inner tube and float out there.
Have done it in the past. Not anymore.
I'm sorry I didn't bring my swimming trunks, although I have an idea that it could even be clothing optional from time to time.
It has happened in the past. Not
Not since you all have been here, of
No,
course.
no.
In the distant past.
distant past.
Back in the 30s and 40s.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, I'm sure that's true.
Now we have left the pond, and you have brought me to this beautiful structure here, which is also part of the history of this place.
Yes, it is, Huel. This is our clubhouse, and traditionally it was a place where the cooks and such would prepare food for the visiting repair crews and all that would be in the dormitory or our bunkhouses. Later on it became apartments, and now it's back into being a recreation area for the local community.
So it's a clubhouse again for the people who live here.
That's exactly it.
And here, we met you earlier. Up in the control room there, you brought your wife to meet us.
Yes, this is my wife, Margie.
Hi, Margie.
Hi, how are you?
We missed you up at the pond, but I
That's
understand
what I hear.
that's part of your bailiwick. That's one of the things you're kind of in charge of around here.
Well, I guess when you're when you've lived up here as long as we have, you know, you've been a woman that's been a past president, past treasurer, past secretary, and present secretary, present. So you know, you just have to do your part.
Yeah. Now, what is your part? How do you feel about living here? Is it a good place to live?
It's a wonderful place to live. It's a great place to raise kids. It does have its disadvantages, but the disadvantages also help you organize yourself so that you know you're not wasting a lot of time because you don't go down to the corner store to get your milk.
Yeah, we've already heard about that milk. It's a big deal to go into town.
That's right. You know if you don't have it, you do without. So you know, or you borrow.
But you know, I've also been told I don't have to worry about taking the keys out of the car. That it's a nice place to live. I mean, the air is clean, the water's clean.
And I think the best part of it is like the quality of the sounds. You know. In town, you've got a lot of noise. Here, you've got, you know, sounds that are
Yeah, we heard the parrot already this morning.
Did he whistle at you?
Okay, look, here's all of our crowd. Come on in. We're going to have a nice big lunch, courtesy of the people who live here at this wonderful little place. Do you have a name for what this is? Do you have a name for this place?
You mean the whole thing?
Yeah, what do you call it?
Power plant camp. We call it the camp.
The camp.
The camp.
I figured you just didn't call it power plant number 1.
No, it's the camp.
It's the camp. Okay, let's go inside to the camp recreation clubhouse. Come on, fellas. Yeah. Come on, fellas. We got 2 more stragglers back here. Time for lunch. I hear they're having fried chicken inside. All right, now what's... Oh, look, we got the whole gang here.
The whole gang's here. Now, well, not quite all of us.
Well, somebody has to do some work today. They're still... Well, this is the lunch hour here.
Yes, and this is potluck.
Uh-huh.
And this is how, when we get together, you know, for Easter, not Easter, but Christmas.
Uh-huh.
Okay, for Christmas, we get together and everybody brings a little bit, and we all enjoy it.
So it really is, this really is a community clubhouse here.
Yes.
As such.
Uh-huh, and everybody in our community, in our camps that work here, have the opportunity to come and use this, even for their personal parties.
Now, where's the lady you said was kind of instrumental behind all this?
Well, that would be Nancy Kirkland. She single-handedly has decorated this place and generously at that. Nancy?
Come over here. You know we've been talking about you.
Not to talk about me, but they did it anyhow, so I don't know.
Now, this is your party today.
Well, it's your party.
Yeah.
That's what we were trying to do, is have a nice lunch for you.
Yeah. And how hard is it to get all of this organized?
It's a piece of cake.
Yeah. What do you do? Just put out the word? Let's stand over here so we can look at some of this good food. You put out the word for people to bring their specialty?
Yeah, we have parties all the time up here like that, and everybody just brings their favorite dish, and sometimes we'll have a theme like Mexican food, and we do that right before Christmas, and everybody enjoys it, and we've been doing it for years, and my kids grew up here.
Wait a minute, I want to take a look at this plate. Now, what have we got here?
I think you
In fact, I may just take this plate.
I think you've been served now.
What have we got here?
Well, we have burnt biscuits, unfortunately, but the rest of it should be all right.
Fried chicken, corn on the cob, mashed potatoes.
And gravy and salad.
Just good old hearty DWP worker food.
Right, that's what they like. They're mostly men up here, so we try to cater to the tastes of hungry gentlemen.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it looks great.
Yeah, it sure does.
Is this part of living and working up here?
It's one of the privileges. Yeah, it's nice.
Well, you're providing a great service, and I thank you for the tour today. I think you brought us all up to speed a little bit more about where we get our electricity, where we get our water, and more importantly, have kind of shown us firsthand that it is not just a technical thing, it's a very personal thing, a very family thing, that this really is a sense of commitment from a lot of people and has been so for generations.
That's absolutely true, and we're proud of it.
Thank you very much. It's been a good day.
Thank you, Hugh.
And now we're going to cut the camera off and eat.
Bye, Hugh. Nice having you here. Come back when you can't stay as long.
Visiting with Huell Hauser is made possible through a generous grant from the Ralph M. Parsons Foundation.